Only a year ago, the outlook for Africa was looking better than it had done in several generations. Now the global economic downturn is washing up on Africa's shores. With me is Prime Minister Zenawi of Ethiopia, and he'll be representing Africa's position at next month's G20 meeting. Prime Minister, what are your worst fears for the continent in this downturn?
That many of our gains over the past decade or so could be washed away.
And what impact could that have?
Well, apart from the misery it would cause, it could rekindle all the dormant conflicts in the continent and start new ones. The misery could precipitate political crisis, social crisis, which could lead to violence and collapse of states.
How is the economic downturn impacting Africa and countries like yours, Ethiopia?
The main impact is not related to the financial sector in Africa, which in any case is minuscule. It's directly impacting the real economy. Our exports are facing difficulties because the demand is not there, prices have collapsed, and trade financing is all but collapsed. Foreign direct investment has been very seriously affected. Remittances are expected to be negatively affected. And of all things, even development assistance is being negatively affected. So all the sources of funding for investment are beginning to dry up, and the demand for our products, particularly our commodities, has been very severely affected. So that is a main conduit.
How much awareness is there out in the world of the degree to which the global economic downturn is impacting on Africa?
I think there's very little awareness of that, although the Prime Minister was aware that while in countries such as Britain, the worst that can happen is that people who were employed would be unemployed. The worst that could happen in Africa is that people who were getting some food would cease to get that food, and instead of being unemployed, they would die.
What are the main points that you want addressed by the G20?
In addition to the usual issues of avoiding protection, the Doha round of negotiations in trade, we raised two key issues: additional funding, availability of additional funds, and ease of access to those additional funds.
What prospect is there really that the world is going to focus on those issues when there are so many different things distracting big industrialized countries?
Well, my hope is that people will recognize this is a global economy. If they have not recognized that already, I think this crisis should make it abundantly clear to everyone that whether we like it or not, we are all in the same boat. And therefore the stimulus package they have should be viewed as a global package, and to some extent should be seen, every dollar they spend should be evaluated as to how much stimulus impact it would have. And dollars spent in Africa would, in my view, have a bigger global stimulus impact than a dollar spent elsewhere.